This video is about how the Jets should not have fired Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh was a great defensive coach. He led the 49ers defense to a Super Bowl in 2020. That was him behind that defense. And so the Jets brought him in hoping the Jets brought him in hoping that he would help them be a better team. So basically, the first year or a couple of years, Robert Saleh doesn't really work out. So he brings in Aaron Rodgers because the Jets have historically had horrible quarterbacks. Mark Sanchez, Geno Smith, Sam Darnold, and Zach Wilson, if you needed a reminder. So you look, he brings in Aaron Rodgers, as if you remember correctly, he got fucking injured on the first drive last year, which absolutely sucks. It was devastating for the Jets. But he came back this year, and the Jets were 2-2. Now, I don't know if the owner thought the Jets were just gonna pop off and be like 14-3 or some shit. They were looking at maybe a good 10-7. And something I also want to keep in mind is the Jets were the type of team that were going to get better throughout the season. So if they started off 2-2 under Robert Saleh, they were probably going to be like 10-7 by the end of the year, maybe even better. So Robert Saleh gets fired, right? Why does he get fired? Well, he's 2-2, and then they lose to the Vikings. Now, something that I think needs to be acknowledged is that the Vikings are undefeated, or they were undefeated. When they lost, the Vikings were undefeated. And the Jets, of course, are still, they have a quarterback that's cooperating, if that's the right word. He's still recovering, not recovering from injury, but he's still kind of, getting back into his rhythm. And you have a young Jets offense, and, the defense is already pretty solid. But other than that, yeah, you guys are going to lose some games. And I don't think it was the worst loss. Like, to lose close to an undefeated team, you guys are still competitive. So he fires Robert Saleh. Now, if you don't know this, what happens when you fire NFL coaches, you're basically saying, we're selling the season away. That's basically what you're saying, okay? When you fire an NFL head coach, you're basically saying, let's throw away the season. So I think they hired one of their coordinators to carry the season, but mind you, when you fire your head coach, the the mood is bad. The players don't want to really be there anymore, and they feel like the season's over already. And I feel like they should have just kept Robert Saleh because he had the defense together, and if you gave Rodgers a few more weeks, he'd probably get the offense together. And now the offense's morale is already down. So that's why I think firing Robert Saleh was a bad idea. Because if you think that Robert Saleh did a bad idea, right? Like Robert Saleh, oh man, he's just such a bad coach. We don't win under him. Okay, but at least wait till the end of the season. Like, let him finish the season. Let's see what he does for us, okay? If he doesn't work out, then that's when you're like, oh, let me go bring him somewhere else type stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just felt like it was a bad move.